Y'all, what's up? It's your girl here, Nia Leah. Welcome to the channel. So, I am going to be talking about two games. I can be talking about a million games that's right now trying to be canceled, but I'm going to talk about those games later on. But I'm going to talk about Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm going to be talking about High on Life. They both got drama going on around it, and there's some more tea coming out about Hogwarts Legacy. So I'm first going to play this audio real quick for you guys so y'all can listen to it. But it's about Hogwarts Legacy video game controversy, boycotts, and J.K. Rowling's comments on transgender community explained. I'm gonna play half of it because I want y'all to go listen to I think her name is Vera Dark Titan Media. I want y'all to go see her full video, so I don't want to play the whole video. So if you want to see her video, go see it, but I'm gonna play half of it so you guys can see what's going on here. I just heard about this, so I'm gonna let her explain this to you guys.
Hogwarts has had a massive launch so far. The game sold more than 12 million units in only 2 weeks and made over $850 million in global sales despite the backlash. But now that it's been out for a couple of weeks, of course people move on because it's a single-player game and they won't pick it up again until DLC launches. But it seems like something suspicious is going on with YouTube because the category for the game is completely missing from the platform now. I have a bunch of different things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and to the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted, and of course if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. Now, I initially found out about the situation from one of the Dark Titan community members, Cinder Shadow. He did make a video on it. It says if you had Hogwarts Legacy's game tag on your video, it is now gone or replaced as of this morning, and this tweet went up yesterday. So the day before, the game tag was still there. Now it is gone, even on the 4K trailer. Now, YouTube is always broken. Let's put that right up front. YouTube is always having some kind of issues, whether it's statistics or view counts, probably categories as well, but we don't know when exactly this happened, but it had to be within the past week or so because, as this tweet says, only a couple of days ago the tag was still there, but now it's completely gone. As you can see on the IGN official performance review, it auto-generated a category to Assassin's Creed, and on the official 4K launch trailer, there's not a category at all. And I did go to my own content and check this out because I did think it was suspicious, and yeah, none of my content has this category now. So as you can see, this is what the category should look like. It should say Hogwarts Legacy, Home, Recent, Let's Play, Official, About. Any type of content that you make surrounding Hogwarts Legacy, as a creator, you put that tag on the video so people looking it up can find it easily, and you could go to this category and click recent and your content would potentially be there. But now that that category is gone, people cannot easily click on it and find that type of content, which is why this is pretty big for creators. Obviously, we have my own content to go off of. As you can see, this was my video from 8 days ago talking about Hogwarts Legacy getting a TV series, and I did tag Hogwarts Legacy, but it is no longer there under the category. And if we go to video details on my first Hogwarts Legacy livestream, where of course I know for a fact that I tagged Hogwarts Legacy, it is still technically there. You can see that it says game title Hogwarts Legacy, but if I try to delete that and put a new tag and I start typing in Hogwarts Legacy, it is not there. It just says Hogwarts Legacy Dark Arts Pack, which is the DLC. So Hogwarts Legacy is not a category in YouTube gaming anymore right now. And this could be multiple things. Now,
for 2023, I'm exposing fake games, and this is top 4. Okay, so I downloaded the game, and this is it. I'm actually
Now, first of all, YouTube could be suppressing content here. They could have removed the category, but that doesn't make a lot of sense because, they did it weeks after launch. Maybe they knew that there would be backlash, but I personally think that this could be a glitch. I think that YouTube, unfortunately, is a very broken platform. Okay, nothing is ever going as planned on this freaking platform. So I think that it could have just been a bug. The category's been gone for, a week at most, and they just haven't fixed it yet. Because I did make a tweet at YouTube or Team YouTube asking, hey, is this, intentional? Is this going to be fixed anytime soon? Do you want to address this at all? And they didn't respond in a way that was like, oh yeah, it was intentional. They said, we're looking into it. Thanks for your patience while we sort this out. So I'm leaning towards it being a bug at this point. Also, I wanted to raise the question, what if this has happened to other games that we don't know about? Obviously, I can't stream every game and I'm not looking up every game on YouTube, but what if there are other titles that don't have categories that may have been deemed controversial where they don't have a way for creators to tag the title in YouTube gaming? I will definitely be keeping my eye on, the categories in similar situations like this in the future. But I think that it's pretty interesting, and there could be other titles where this exact situation has happened to them. As a creator, this is what sucks about this platform. We don't get any updates. It's not like I can just message YouTube and be like, hey, when are you gonna fix this? And they're gonna be like, we're so sorry that this got messed up and probably affected your content. They don't really care that much. They will silently add it back if it was a bug, and then they're just going to expect us to go on our way. But we don't have any way of knowing when that will happen. Now, there is only one more thing that I think could have gotten this category taken down, and that would have been mass flagging. You guys know there is a ton of backlash surrounding Hogwarts Legacy. A lot of people who wish this game didn't exist. Now, this is like the Grand Theft Auto category. As you can see, it says auto-generated by YouTube. It's got all the lives and the recents and the Let's Play, so everything is fine. But if you go to the About, you can report this. It says report user. Now, it says block user, report channel art, report profile picture, and report user. There is a chance that if you went and tried to report this user, which is actually a category here on YouTube, that it could get the category completely removed. So that is another very likely scenario here, is that the people that were mad that, individuals were streaming Hogwarts Legacy were having a great time with it, they decided to find another way to try to get the game taken down, and they, mass reported this category, and now YouTube is trying to fix it. These are just a lot of different scenarios that could be the case. We don't really know, but something very...
Alright, so I want to bring that out before I get into the Hogwarts Legacy issues and drama, but this is also a part of it. All of a sudden, the gaming category is gone. I like what she had. I like how she brought it out that YouTube is fixing their issues, because YouTube has a whole lot of issues. I don't know what's going on with my YouTube subscriber count. It keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down. So I don't know. It's a lot of issues going on with the gaming tags. I have seen this happen with several games I have in the past, but the gaming tags are just changed. The gaming category is just changed to another game. So I have seen that besides this game, but it's just kind of odd and interesting with all this drama around this game that's happened. And like she stated, it could be flagged. So who knows? We don't know. So we should find out later on what happened with the Hogwarts Legacy gaming tag. I did say I was going to do half. I did over half. If you want to watch the rest of the video, like I said, I'll leave a link down below in the description box so you can go watch your video yourself. So now back to this one. I'm going to play the audio for you guys of all of the issues, the drama around this game, okay? I'm going to play the audio for you now.
Hogwarts Legacy, video game controversy. Boycotts and J.K. Rowling's comments on transgender community, explained. By Connor Murray. Top line. The highly anticipated Harry Potter video game debuts this week. but it's been plagued by controversy and boycotts as players grapple with whether to support J.K. Rowling's franchise in light of her history of comments her critics say are transphobic. Key facts. Hogwarts Legacy, a role-playing game set in the Harry Potter universe developed by Avalanche Software and published by Warner Bros. Games will be released February 10th on PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox Series X. The game has garnered largely positive reviews on aggregator Metacritic, and has climbed the bestseller list of online vendors like Amazon and the Epic Store thanks to pre-orders. However, some fans and gamers are boycotting the game in protest of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter novel series who stands to earn royalties from game sales, though she was not involved in the game's creation. Some popular game review sites like Kotaku, Polygon and Eurogamer have not yet reviewed Hogwarts Legacy despite the review embargo lifting Monday, while others have denounced J.K. Rowling's comments and voiced support for transgender people in their reviews. Jesse Earl, a trans YouTuber and writer, tweeted in December that unlike consuming previously owned Harry Potter books or films, purchasing Hogwarts Legacy while Rowling is using her ongoing platform to target and also justify her continued targeting of trans people is harmful to trans people, Rowling responded, accusing her of pure think. Some streamers on Amazon-owned Twitch video platform, including Will Overguard and Nicotine, have publicly voiced opposition to the game. Nicotine, whose name is Veronica Ripley, posted a statement to Twitter announcing a boycott of Twitch, which is known for its video game-related content, for hosting ads for Hogwarts Legacy, urging streamers to join in halting use of the platform until the ad campaign is suspended. Hogwarts Legacy is set to feature the first transgender woman character in the Harry Potter universe, though her name, Serona Ryan, has attracted some criticism for allegedly sounding masculine, beginning with the prefix Sir, and ending with common male name, Ryan, but others noted the name Serona refers to a Celtic goddess of healing and rebirth. Key background. J.K. Rowling has regularly come under fire in recent years for her views on biological sex and the transgender rights, which critics have called transphobic. In June 2020, she ridiculed an article headline for using the phrase, "People who menstruate, I'm sure there used to be a word for those people. Someone help me out, Wumban, Wimpin, Woomud," she tweeted, inspiring backlash from critics who said her tweet excludes transgender people. In response to backlash, she tweeted, "If sex isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased," adding that she knows and loves transgender people but criticized the alleged erasing of the concept of sex. She also published an essay on her website, calling it unsafe to allow any man who believes or feels he's a woman into changing rooms and bathrooms, and she's since stirred controversy for authoring a book about a character who is killed after facing accusations of transphobia and for calling Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon, who supported a bill making it easier for transgender people to be legally recognized as their preferred gender, a destroyer of women's rights. Her comments have been criticized as transphobic by LGBTQ rights organizations including the Human Rights Campaign, and actors from the Harry Potter films have voiced support for transgender people in response. Hogwarts Legacy reviews. Early reviews for the Harry Potter game have been almost uniformly positive, though some publications have declined to review the game or have included statements critical of Rowling or in support of the transgender community in their reviews. GameSpot, a popular gaming website which has not yet reviewed Hogwarts Legacy, has instead published an article listing charities in support of trans people, along with an analysis of Rowling's comments and rising anti-LGBTQ legislation and protests worldwide, the latter authored by Earl. In a positive review, IGN included a statement titled, "Concerning J.K. Rowling," affirming the publication's support for human rights and stating the publication's purpose is to answer the question of whether or not we find Hogwarts Legacy to be fun to play and why. Whether it's ethical to play is a separate but still very important question. Canadian outlet The Gamer said it will not review Hogwarts Legacy or create any online guides for the game. Contra. Though the game's release has inspired vocal critics, it's still on track to sell well and has plenty of supporters who believe Rowling's controversy can be separated from the game. Popular streamer XQC, who has more than 11 million Twitch followers, criticized people for making others feel bad for purchasing a video game, claiming, "People fund all sorts of evil with their purchases across the board in way worse ways." It's already a hit on Twitch, where users who have early access are streaming the game, Hogwarts Legacy has more than 1 million viewers and 120,000 followers on the platform. Crucial quote. If you are not willing to give up a piece of entertainment in solidarity against the harm J.K. Rowling continues to enact, then how can trans people feel assured you'll be willing to fight for us in more important areas, such as anti-trans violence, be it physical, mental, personal, systemic or legislative, especially as the discrimination continues to rise? Jesse Earl wrote in a GameSpot essay.
Audio. Now, I'm going to say this before I go on over to why Hogwarts Legacy has a lot of issues. I'm going to go into deeper. I'm going to say this. When I was hearing about the game was coming out last year, I didn't know anything about the J.K. Rowling situation. I'm going to first say that. A lot of gamers did not know this. When I went and talked to other gamers, they found out about the whole J.K. Rowling thing after they bought Hogwarts Legacy. So I want people to keep that in mind. Not every gamer had knew about this when they got the game. I think a lot of you guys are thinking that we're playing the game because we're trying to be spiteful, we're trying to be mean. Absolutely not. I'm going to get into more further into that about buying certain things and certain things from people. From certain creators that have been, having drama and issues or whatever. But we're going to get into more of that. So it's saying, now this here breaks down as to why it was very controversial with the Harry Potter video game Explain, even though I don't know why they keep saying Harry Potter. It's like Harry Potter inspired. It's like Hogwarts Legacy, I know that, but the game is, Harry Potter inspired. Now I want to play some key videos down here. The lead game designer Troy Levette and Gamergate. Hogwarts Legacy developmental period wasn't free of its own set of political controversies aside from Rowling. In early 2021, it was revealed that Troy Levette was hired as Legacy's lead game designer. Levette developed a reputation during Gamergate for supporting the movement and being anti-feminist, also reportedly supporting John Lasseter, a Pixar executive who was fired for sexual misconduct in 2017. With the game already in hot water on account of Rowling, Levette ended up resigning from the game's development shortly after his pro-Gamergate history was exposed. Lord have mercy. Y'all cannot make this. I can't make this stuff. I'm just reading it.
All right, so just to wrap this all up, first of all, I want to say, please don't be discouraged or demoralized by my leaving in any way, or about any of these articles that are coming out about the game or that may continue to come out about the game. I think there's a certain aspect of our press that is motivated to try and harm the game. I also want to say that I genuinely and sincerely believe that Avalanche is the right studio to be making this game. When I've talked to other people about this, there's a few things that I think are worth pointing out. First of all, we're the same studio that did Infinity. Even though that was aimed at a younger demographic, that was a lot of work, and we touched a whole lot of intellectual properties. So I say that I think it's quite fair to say that Avalanche might be the best in the world at working with intellectual property and at respecting it, really understanding it. We have all these other intellectual properties that we've dealt with. I also believe in our player-centric design team. They're really focused on just good gameplay and what's right for the player without trying to push any other agendas into the game. I believe that we have world-class talent in the studio, and that includes art, and coding, and writers, and sound effects, and music, and animators, amazing character artists, fantastic concept art. We have a very talented team. And then in the places where we might be a bit deficient, well, we've been augmented by some partnerships, and we have great institutional knowledge that we can get and consult with. And I keep saying we. I guess I'm no longer part of the project, but I would like to say it's exactly as I said in my resignation letter. I believe in the project and I believe in the team, and I believe that you guys are making something truly magical, and I'm proud to have been a part of it. And so with that in mind, game on, my friends.
All right, so he was just giving his thoughts and opinion on the game, that Avalanche is the right people to be making the game, basically. Now, this is what I want to share with you guys. Brace yourselves. Oh my god. I cannot believe I'm talking about this in actual gaming. I cannot believe we're actually having these discussions. The Goblin Rebellion criticism. So basically, it's talking about the goblins in the wizardry world as I'm gonna say very upset Jews. Who I would like to know how is this possible? I don't know. Can somebody please explain this? How is this possible? Let's just play the video. I'm gonna play the video.
Before we start this video, I just want to mention that only 20.7% of you are subscribed. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel. Thanks. Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of Harry Potter Theory. Today, we're going to be discussing goblins. It probably wouldn't surprise you to know that the wizarding community didn't treat goblins with the utmost respect at all times. Purebloods outright hated them, but even the most progressive members of the wizarding world felt a general mistrust for the tiny, monstrous humanoid creatures. And all of those negative interactions built up over the years, burdening wizard-goblin relations, until the goblins rebelled. In fact, if we open up our history books and look back at the records of goblins in the wizarding world, we'll find a series of great rebellions centered around one common theme: to be treated with equal respect. What were these rebellions, and what type of impact did they have on the wizarding community? That's what we'll discuss today. First, let's go over a bit of goblin wizard history. For almost all of recorded magical history, goblins in the wizarding world shared a somewhat peaceful coexistence. Although much of goblins' origins isn't well known by wizard scholars, if we take one look at their distant relatives, the North American Pukwudgie, then we can make a few safe assumptions. Primarily, just like humans in the magical community, goblins themselves must have been a diverse species that migrated through the known world. While wizards typically treated other human-like creatures, like the giants, with a fair bit of fear, they never really outwardly displayed the same concern for goblins. Just like humans of the ancient world look down on wizards, it seems that from the earliest records, wizards treated goblins with an equal amount of disdain. Throughout the goblin rebellions of the 17th and 18th century, this would manifest itself in new laws, like the Code of Wand Use, which we'll talk about later. But if we spend a bit more time talking about the early relationship between wizards and the goblin community, we'll find a peculiar niche that the shorter, more monstrous creatures developed for themselves. Goblins were extremely talented in a handful of things. For starters, they were incredibly smart, and the word often used to describe them was cunning. This, combined with their love for precious metals, made them great gold and silversmiths. At one point in the 11th century, the goblins even crafted the Sword of Godric Gryffindor, the very same blade that would serve Gryffindor's heirs in the centuries to come, and eventually save Harry Potter's life in the Chamber of Secrets. But that weapon's origin is far darker than you might guess. Among the many cultural differences that brought strife to wizards and goblins in the Middle Ages, the most contentious idea was that of ownership. To wizards, it was simple. If you bought something, then you owned it. But to goblins, it was far more complex. Purchasing an item, no matter how expensive, didn't mean that you owned it. Most goblins simply thought that you were renting the sword or necklace or what have you for the duration of your life, and goblins could collect it upon your passing. You see, to goblins, ownership always belonged to the creator of the item, and when wizards tried to pass down their goblin-forged heirlooms, it wasn't uncommon for goblins and wizard heirs to come to blows. So when it comes to Gryffindor's sword, you can see why the goblins would hold a grudge. Even before Godric died, the sword's creator, King Ragnarok, tried to manipulate his fellow magical creatures into stealing the blade. That's how much he loved the weapon. In the years following Gryffindor's death, Ragnarok and his fellow goblins were insulted even more, as the sword stayed in Hogwarts and passed through the hands of wizard heirs for nearly 1,000 years. This tale, and others like it, were one of the main sources of resentment that launched the Goblin Rebellions. Centuries later, the goblins continued to thrive and expanded their community's specialization as gold and silversmiths. In the year 1474, they opened Gringotts, the greatest bank in the wizarding world. There, thanks to their cunning, goblins were entrusted with the wealth of the British wizarding community, and even in Harry Potter's era, over 500 years later, Gringotts was the premier bank. If you really think about it carefully, goblins patiently managed the banks and almost all of the finance in the wizarding world. For that reason, and more, they were among the most important beings in the entire magical community. But even in the decades that followed Gringotts' foundation, the goblins continued to suffer harsh treatment from human wizards. Throughout that time, there were likely small protests and battles that the goblins waged in order to gain rights. But it wasn't until the Goblin Rebellion of 1612 that historians decided to pay attention and record the events. We're not quite certain about the exact location, but it seems that this armed conflict arose in or around Hogsmeade Village. The goblin forces took an inn as their base and ravaged the nearby buildings, setting many of them on fire. The exact number of lives laid down on both sides has been lost to the years, but the casualties were remarkably high, at least according to Hogwarts' 5th year History of Magic class. And when we look at the exact cause of this rebellion, there's no shortage of reasons for why the goblins would have started it. At a glance, the average goblin was far more important to the lives of wizards and witches around England, although the same could be said for house elves, who more often than not kept houses clean and meals on the table. Goblins were responsible for far more skilled tasks. Goblins forged the most powerful weapons, indestructible armor, and through their natural propensity for hoarding gold, goblins basically kept the entire wizarding economy moving forward. And yet, wizards and witches looked down on them wherever they went. Not only that, they almost always refused to teach them the ways of wand lore, which meant that goblins had to accomplish the magical feats with the far more difficult and more dangerous technique of wandless magic. Even the highest court in Britain, the Wizengamot, refused to allow a goblin a seat. Without fair representation, it's likely that the goblins decided enough was enough.
So basically, I'm not saying that this guy is saying that the Jewish issue, that they're saying that the goblins of the wizardly world is like, oh my goodness, a part of this Jewish issue that's going on. This is just weird at this point. Like, I'm trying to figure out how did people got the goblin, how did they came up with this? How did the goblins are known as the R Jews? And yeah, you got to be careful with the R because YouTube doesn't like it, that word. There's so certain words that you can't use, and that's one of them. I'm just hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just sharing this with you guys. I'm trying to understand it myself with you guys as well. Then people had issues with the transgender character. You kind of heard that in the other video, the audio that I had played, that, you know, the transgender character was disrespectful, and it went as far, let me see. So they went really far. They were like, Hogwarts Legacy faces criticism for the game's name of trans character Sarah Ryan. Harry Potter fans have called out J.K. Rowling in the past for giving racist names, I've got to say, R names to non-white characters such as Shu Shang and Kingsley Shacklebolt. I'm telling y'all can't make this stuff up. This is why I don't really mess with a lot of people on Twitter. I only mess with one person on Twitter. I really don't mess with Twitter like this because that's mainly where the cancel culture is at. And then it goes even further down here about J.K. Rowling, and they still talking about J.K. Rowling. They really not, as I'm sitting back listening, they're still talking about J.K. Rowling, but they're not really talking about the issue with the Hogwarts Legacy. They're not bringing in they're just talking about J.K. Rowling because Hogwarts Legacy is in that Harry Potter world. And they're showing all these names down here. Wow. Then it goes a step further. It talks about the boycotts and the harassment. Now, it says that on February the 6th, the first slew of reviews came out, and while many said the game was very good, reviewers were also forced to contend with the fact that the game they enjoyed lines their pockets of a person who some perceive as a controversial figure that belittles the trans community. As such, IGN placed an inset in its review detailing its thoughts on J.K. Rowling. IGN has always and will continue to champion human rights causes and support people speaking with their wallets in whatever manner they choose. They wrote, "We're choosing to expose and address the views of the franchise creators separately from our consideration of the work of the hundreds of games developers and evaluate Hogwarts legacy as it stands, leaving behind the scenes context to be considered in addition to that evaluation, rather than in place of it, so that it can be weighed according to your own values." So this is basically, I don't know who made that. I don't know, somebody was trying to be funny or whatever. I don't know who made that. But it says, may not be the most impressive technical achievement, also IGN. Fairly glitchy, the same IGN review. Cursed with a lack of enemy variety, IGN. Whether it's ethical to play it as a separate question. IGN, not particularly profound or original. Another direct quote from IGN. You'll be painfully disappointed, IGN. Dicey performance suffered from just about every issue, IGN said. So I don't know if IGN really said that, let me know. But they claimed that they were going to give them, they still were going to give them some, give them an equal opportunity. But if they said all of that, it sound like they happy that this was a good game, but at the same time, they didn't want to play it. Oh my God, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm not making this stuff up. And then a Twitch chat bully streamer for playing Hogwarts Legacy to the point of making his girlfriend cry.
Flip up, and now it's like whatever. I'm almost like thinking of just like either going offline or like I'm barely into the second combat here, and every time I look at chat, it's just the conversation is just like
maybe we can do like
bothering
a
me.
be right back, like a little break or something.
You can take a break if you want. I'll just stop talking and I'll just go fight and do the combat. Y'all done did it now.
And this is gone, I think, but there was like websites that were made to go and look up streamers that were actually streaming the game when it first came out over there on Twitch. Bruh, y'all got time today. I just don't know who has the energy for all of this to go harass somebody. Y'all talking about, not harming a whole nother community of people. But y'all are doing the same thing that y'all talking about not doing. Oh, Lord. I'm getting tongue twisted over here. It says here, is J.K. Rowling involved in Hogwarts Legacy or making money from the game? According to the reports, J.K. Rowling had no involvement with the development of the game, including characters, design, and overall themes. However, she reportedly received royalties for success as original creator and the owner of IP. Now, from what I was reading, she gave up her rights to this game. So that's the only royalties that she's making. I mean, not to this game, but to like the Harry Potter. Like, she gave up her rights. I don't know how true that is. Let me know. Yeah. I wanted to play one more thing for a Hogwarts Legacy video. Give me a second and see me find that video. So this is Spit in Game. He does really good commentary on reaction videos, reacting to other people. He goes really deep into it. He goes way deeper than me. So he does like an hour long. Like I can't stop watching his videos. But yeah, I'm gonna play this part of the video for you guys, and I'm gonna talk about it afterwards.
On the other hand, you have Hogwarts Legacy, which was made with the idea of being a Harry Potter fan's dream game. And even though woke mobs tried to cancel it due to J.K. Rowling's views, Legacy's sales are now surpassing even that of Elden Ring, which is not bad for a game about kids with wands. That didn't stop the cult-like mobs attacking others for playing it.
Now see, even with this, like, I'm gonna be straight up honest. I bought Harry Potter, this legacy game. Now this is coming from a person that did not give two shits about Harry Potter. I'd never watched the movies, and it was only in passing because it was on TV on ABC, I think. And I remember I think I was writing one of the books, but I wasn't like liking Harry Potter. Like, I didn't care. I never bought the books, never saw the movies in theaters. Like, he had like 7 or 9 movies. Like, I may have watched in passing maybe 1 or 2 of them. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but I bought the game not because of J.K. Rowling and saying like, oh, she's a TERF, and I'm agreeing with the whole TERF thing. Like I said, now she's saying what she's saying, the transgender community is saying what they're saying. The only reason why I got this game is the fact that my stuff, Black Dragon number 8, has something to do with magic. Like I said, this was back in 99 when I came up with this, so I don't know when Harry Potter showed up, but that was like the only thing to try to see, like, because my schools are big, like castles or something. They're like modern castles, so I'm seeing like the Harry Potter got all these staircases, and I'm looking at it like, again, as a game developer, like, okay, staircases, where do they lead? How do these rooms are situated? How does these things look? And I couldn't get a good visual, just watching somebody on YouTube. Like, I have to actually see this like live, and it's kind of like when these companies or something go to different cities and they start drawing out like like the buildings, or like I remember Hunchback of Notre Dame, they actually went to the location and drew the church. It's kind of like a fact-finding mission, basically. That was the only reason why I got Harry Potter. It's just to see the interior of how it's structured, like all these rooms and all these paths. That's it. But as far as Harry Potter and like, I'm buying this game just to take a dig at the transgender community, like I said, I'm not doing that for that. And that's fucked up to just only buy this game. Like, that's one of your motivating factors. Like, just to fuck with another group of people. Like, it's fucked up. And like I said, other people say if you buy it, I'm not saying you're a bad person, but you're not a friend of the transgender community. That's almost an extreme view if you know the motivation behind that individual. Like I said, the transgender community, let them live their life. Stop fucking with folks. But like I said, my whole thing wasn't even about that anyway. But
many streamers and media outlets bending the knee to these mobs in fear of retribution. Wired.com's review of Hogwarts Legacy is the perfect example of this, with the site giving the game a 1 out of 10 solely for the fact that the reviewer knew if they didn't bend the knee, their so-called ally friends would...
And truth be told, I think, if I could see Harry Potter fans liking this, on some real shit. But for me, it's just some of the things in Harry Potter is just like, I just wouldn't have done it. I just wouldn't have done it.
Eat them whole and ruin their career. You see, there's a rotten tribalism in today's journalism spheres, as well as many other industries. Companies refusing to hire someone based on personal beliefs or who they voted for. Things that usually have nothing to do with the actual job whatsoever. And this is how you end up with places like Disney, which is a company...
Okay, but even still...
I'm gonna leave a link down below about Spitting Game, but he was doing a reaction video to somebody else's video. That's the video that I'm gonna be talking about mostly. The guy was saying that it was woke people that was trying to get rid of Hogwarts Legacy. that's actually cancel culture. I'm not talking about Spitting Game, but whoever he was reacting to. I need to try to find that video and put it up on the screen so you guys can see it. The actual video, who I'm talking about. But they're talking about the woke era, like it's. I think he's saying that it's dying or it's going away. He was stating that the group of people who got together that was trying to get rid of Hogwarts Legacy, that it was a woke. It was a woke community. No, they call that cancel culture. That's people. That's literally what they're trying to do is they're trying to stop the game from getting any money so it won't go back to J.K. Rowling. That's the whole point of cancel culture. Woke people don't do that. Woke people talk about rights for like what I heard earlier in this game. It's about like everybody getting equal rights or whatever. I guess that's why the guy said that it was woke, because of having the transgenders having equal rights, which they should. They should have equal rights as well. But woke and cancel culture kind of gets mixed up. But this is mostly when it comes to Hogwarts Legacy, it's about canceling the whole game. It's not woke. It's more of canceling the whole game. I guess the woke part would be for human rights for the transgender, but it's mostly trying to cancel out the game. It's cancel culture. So I want to bring that part out. And then that's kind of why I'm going into Hogwarts Legacy. So yeah, I'm gonna come back after that video. Alright, so here we are with High on Life. Okay? So I came across this video that says don't buy High on Life, just watch this video for free. So let's play the video.
Yeah, I think I know what kind of game this is.
Wow.
Sorry about that, strange introduction to the video, but this is about the High on Life experience. And that is the High on Life experience. Getting yelled at by Justin Roiland for about 8 hours, give or take.
I always say I'm the guy with 3 or 4 voices.
But if you don't want to get yelled at by Morty for the next 8 hours, and you still kind of want to know what this game is all about, then you're in the right place. Because I'm going to spoil the whole damn thing. And yeah, of course, there's huge spoilers ahead for like the entire game, in case I haven't already warned you enough. After starting the game, the first thing I thought was, did I buy the wrong game? What is this? Oh, this is just the tutorial. The second thing I noticed was the gratuitous use of curse words.
That's what I'm talking about, Buck. Kill those fuckers. You're the man. I love you, Buck. You're so fucking cool.
I mean, to be fair, I do cuss in my videos all the time too, but because of this game, I think I'm gonna dial it back and I might have to just let them handle all the cursing.
Just crouch. We gotta try crouching, Buck. Fucking scheduling and scoping bullshit.
Reminds me of my parents. After we get off the intro game, our mom comes in our room. Oh God. I mean, your sister? Maybe your girlfriend? I'm not really sure who this is.
Who the hell is this bitch?
But she offers us some cocaine to cure our depression.
Here, come on, try some. You know it's good for your depression, right?
As one does, and this is where we choose our character. Points for the most creative character selection screen I've seen in a whole long time. After choosing what we look like, we find out that our parents don't love us.
And Dad said that he flat out doesn't love you.
It's important in life if you don't give a shit.
Then we walk outside and are struck by an alien invasion. This is the G3 cartel, and they get high on humans. Yeah, they smoke us, and I guess we give them a great buzz. Yeah, that's the premise of the game right there. Pretty crazy. This is not good, as they want to manufacture us and sell us around the galaxy to get aliens high. I wonder if they'd force us to, like, you know, manufacture ourselves the old-fashioned way, or is it just... They'd probably just clone us, right? We don't need to think about it. That was never explained either. And luckily, we find this babbling gun that spits in our face so we can understand it.
Oh, that feels so much better. Thank you. Yeah, sorry about the spit. I needed to get you infected with the translator microbes. That's sort of how it works.
It's Morty, but he's a gun now. So your guns will be your voice the entire game. Your character is actually a mute. So I guess you just run around sticking guns in everyone's faces so they can have a conversation with it.
My name's Craig, and I'm really sick from eating a lot of sandwiches. sandwiches.
While you just lifelessly stand there staring into their soul. But anyways, Morty instructs us to use our microwave to teleport us.
Well, excuse my cat. She might be purring and y'all might hear her. She is ridiculous right now. She wants to be close to me. But anyway, I went down to the comment area. There was one video I saw in particular, and it says, I genuinely love the game. Felt like a revisit to PS2 style games somehow as a first-person shooter. That's the first thing when I played a game. That's what I first thought of too as well. That it was a first-person shooter game. And I also, before he even said it, I even said it on my stream that this is like Ratchet & Clank series. It plays like Ratchet & Clank without the mature content, without the, you know, all the cussing, the violent, you know, the really violent scenes and sexual themes. And the person who the YouTuber said, which was Trip Can't Game, that's the, you know, person who I'm reacting to his video right now. Well, we all watching his video right now. It says, yeah, it really did feel like Ratchet and Clank or something in that era. And it says exactly, I describe it to my boys in my group chat as a mature rated Ratchet and Clank game and, you know, FPS style. See? That's what I said too about this game as well, that it plays like, to me it plays like you know, a PS2 style game, and that's what I miss. I miss that so much in these shooter games so much. So I just wanted to share that video with you guys. Let me know what you think down below in the comment area. He's just giving you his point of view on the game, and you heard what people said down below. But I forgot to hold up. There's one more thing I want to show down in the comment area before I go. Hold up. I've been noticing this lately with games. I went over it, but a lot of people are saying that some of these games should not be $60. Some of these games should be $29.99 or $40. A lot of people don't like the idea of $70. I'm thinking about doing maybe a video about game pricing, because I'm noticing a lot of people don't like the idea of $70 or $60 on some of these games. Not all of them, but some of these games. Like this person who said, I would have been fine with that if it was $29.99. A PS2 platformer for $60. I would have been pissed if I bought this as a full price game. Thank Christ for Game Pass. Now, yeah, I got the game on Game Pass for free. That's how I play the game. I'm just letting y'all know Game Pass got a lot of cool games for free. So y'all might want to get memberships with some of these, you know, with these game consoles or the computer. Just letting y'all know. So this was really interesting because I just made a whole video about Forspoken. It said High on Life dialogue is far more annoying than Forspoken. So it says down here, I can't help but find it ironic how this dev went out of their way to mock that Forspoken trailer, and yet I swear I was close to going mad listening to these talking weapons for even 3 minutes. How someone can play an entire game with these things just talking at you the entire time, I have no clue. Realize our first trailer wasn't very clear. High on Life, hashtag High on Life game. That's who tweeted that. And they tweeted some more Forspoken stuff. So I didn't even know that they talked trash about Forspoken dialogue. I noticed that everybody was doing that. They were talking so much trash about Forspoken dialogue. So Microsoft exclusive High on Life. So here it says, Microsoft exclusive High on Life has been apologizing for mocking Forspoken. Bruh, you cannot make this stuff up. And it says High on Life versus Forspoken dialogue. And I guess people were like, wait a minute. High on Life dialogue is annoying. Here we go again with the dialogue. Y'all is killing me with this dialogue, but I get it. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has an opinion now. For those who read reviews for High on Life saying this game is bad because of too much annoying dialogue coming from the guns, don't listen to those idiots because they don't know how to follow directions. This game is awesome. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all can turn down the commentary. I just want to let you guys know you can turn down the commentary in this game. You don't need to keep it at full blast. That's up to you. I don't have an issue with the commentary. It helps me out when I'm playing the game. I thought it was kind of cool because that's what us gamers are doing. We comment, we talk over the game. So people might find us annoying when we're talking over the game, But I don't believe High on Life is the only one with annoying dialogue. And I've talked about this already with Forspoken about cringy dialogue. There are successful games out there with cringy dialogue. Resident Evil series is like that. Their old one. We always talked about, Resident Evil 4 dialogue on my Twitch channel. And it's been, Resident Evil series been successful. So I just want to let people know that there are games out here that has annoying dialogue and cringy dialogue. They're successful. They still make money. So I want to, y'all know I went and researched it. 10 video games with too much dialogue. So here they are. Let's go and see them. So we have Borderlands 3, Portal 2, I don't know, the Stanley's Parables narrative. Narrator always has something to say about Stanley. Dear Esther is a walking simulator with nothing but dialogue. Getting over it with Bennett body annoys players with endless, whatever that word is. Y'all know I can't. Disco, I don't know who this is. Have players read through tons of dialogue. Deus Ex's dialogue options lead to the most unexpected paths. Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots have some of the longest cutscenes in gaming history. Fallout, New Vegas broke a world record for having the most in-game dialogue. Undertale's branching dialogue paths really change each playthrough's experience. And I know Undertale was successful. So I know a lot of these games here were successful, okay? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Look, Puppet Combo had some dialogue that was too long and it got on my nerve. But guess what? I still play their games and I still enjoy them. We all have our opinions about games. They're not going to be perfect 100%. They're going to have issues. Games are going to have issues. And that's not the only thing that I found out about this game. No. There's more drama around this game. There's a reason why people are having issues around this game. It's because of the gaming development, like always. So it says Rick and Morty co-creator Justin Roiland awaited trial on domestic violence charges. Roiland, who voices 2 of the animated TV show's characters, created video game High on Life, has pleaded not guilty to charges. This article is more than 1 month old. I'll put it down in the description. So that is another reason why people didn't really care too much for this game. I don't know if that's part of the reason why, but that was one of the things that was brought to my attention. I didn't even know about this. My brother told me about this after I started, after part 3 of me playing the game for free on Game Pass. That's when my brother told me. He was like, oh yeah, the dude who created that game you talking about, High on Life, I guess he was in some type of domestic dispute, domestic violence or something like that. Bruh. Like I stated earlier, we do not know what these gaming developers are doing. We don't know who the creators are saying, whatnot. I'm gonna say this. I remember people were saying not to play, not to get or not to buy Poppy Playtime. I remember people saying that last year, don't buy it. They weren't playing it because of the gaming developers. If you go over there and look up Poppy Playtime, a lot of people don't like the gaming dev. And it's like, oh my God, we're back on this again. We keep having these conversations where we don't play games based off of what somebody said. And we have half of the gamers don't even know. I didn't even know about the Hogwarts Legacy thing. I had no clue about that. About J.K. Rowling. I didn't know you guys canceled her back in 2020. Like I said, I'm not a part of cancel culture. I don't be on Twitter upset about what somebody said. Everybody has their own opinion. Just like J.K. Rowling has her opinion, just like the transgender community have their opinion, just like I have my opinion. And all these people videos who I play, they have their own opinion. Let me tell y'all something. You cannot run away from opinions. It's on social media. Social media was created for that. That was the whole point of social media, people, was to talk about ideas, thoughts, whatever comes to our mind and expressing it with others. You guys got nicknames for it, which is, like I state, cancel culture, woke. Y'all all got nicknames and stuff like that all on social media. You can say what you want, but by the end of the day, you who talking about the cancel culture, me talking about these people, it's just an opinion. That's it. That's all it is, people. You guys are taking somebody's opinions, which I'm gonna say this like the person said earlier. A lot of these issues are just on social media. If you go out here in the real world, nobody really knows what's going on. I just said that there's a bunch of gamers don't even know anything about the high on life issues with the creator. A lot of people don't even know about the Hogwarts legacy, issues. Nobody knows. Nobody thinks like that. People are just trying to enjoy games. That's basically it. We're just trying to enjoy games by the end of the day with no issues, with no strings attached. But it seems like everybody wants to cancel all these games. I don't know. I can babble on and on about this game, but I wanted to share, I forgot to share this earlier about Hogwarts Legacy, but let me share some more with you guys. So, I thought that this person got their product received free. Y'all be tripping. Y'all be getting y'all stuff received for free. I don't know if that's because y'all getting beta tests. I don't know. It's fine. Ignoring the creators, the game itself. Okay. It says it's fun. Ignoring the creators, the game itself is a decent little experience. Jokes are annoying sometimes, but enough land to make playing through it worthwhile. Ending is a bit weak and it's short. Don't buy it full price on sale. It's probably worth. See, that's another thing. A lot of people are telling people what they can and cannot buy full price. That's another thing. I brought that out. There was somebody who said that a while on their channel about what game they were playing. They were playing Dead Space. Right. So this channel I'm sub to, I like their network too, as well as West Network TV. Oh my god, you like old school games? They play them all. They play the new and the old school. I love it. But anyway, so this person up here, Raider Dog 420, said this game ain't worth $70. We're talking about Dead Space, the new one, the one that's remade. At least $30. Everyone says the same thing to every single new game I streamed this year. This is the person who's streaming the game, West Network TV. Literally every single new game of 2023. Someone will say this statement about, and then somebody said, I think their name is Barak, I don't know if that's name Miss. There's about what price the game is worth or not that statement. Then someone will hear Becky Taylor on the game like Hogwarts Legacy. I'm gonna wait for a cheaper sale price than $70. West Network TV. Yep, like this game is not worth this amount of dollars. It says this much. Literally, if y'all don't know, that's literally what people are doing now. They're saying that this game is not worth this price, and don't buy it. Don't buy it. I keep hearing this. You're hearing this with all the games I've seen, pretty much. Oh, I am not gonna buy this game at this price because the games are expensive, and I have said that already with certain games. Like, dang, that's a lot of money. I can't afford it. Might have to wait for it to get cheaper. But to literally me say that the game is not worth $70, no, I can't. I can't say that. I can't say what a game is not worth. I said I will tell you what I'm not gonna pay, but I'm not gonna tell you the game is not worth $70, especially for Dead Space. I was pretty shocked by that one, and I guess people were saying that with Hogwarts Legacy of not paying $70 for it, but my friend bought Hogwarts Legacy for me. Shout out to my homie. But she paid $60 a piece for mine and hers. So, alright, so I'm gonna just leave this. I'm gonna start leaving quotes or whatever at the end. That's the only thing I can do. Hope for the best. Be patient. Things will change for the better. Hopefully, things will change for the better for the gaming community. I don't like the direction it's going with these games where people are just trying to cancel them out for every single thing, and they don't want anybody to buy them or have them in their possession. But I saw a lot of that with Hogwarts Legacy, and like I mentioned, I did mention a little bit about, just a little piece about Poppy Playtime, about how people were stating not to buy, don't buy these games. Well, actually, no. Somebody said no. Don't buy. I mean, I'll take it back. They say don't buy High on Life. Just watch me play it for free. So yeah, they literally saying that, or telling you not to spend a certain amount of dollars. My thoughts on this: play whatever you want. Try to be like me a little bit, or be your own self. Don't really look into too much as to what somebody's saying on Twitter. Twitter is very weird. I see a lot of these negative comments and these negative energy coming from Twitter, and that's everybody over there. That's pretty much everybody over there. I've never seen. I barely see anything positive on Twitter. Barely. TikTok is another one. That's why TikTok is called TikToxic. To me, there's issues and dramas all over social media, but I always tend to notice that the drama starts from Twitter or TikTok. Beware of these apps. Beware of these apps, especially those two that I just mentioned. The two T's. The two T's would get you in a lot of trouble. It seemed to get you canceled, and it seemed to get you to cry. Like, when you're playing these games, try to not look at the gaming developers and what other people think of it and what people have to say about it. If you bought the game and you didn't know anything about what these gaming developers were doing or who was around the game and what started it, just play the game and call it a day. It's kind of getting a little aggravating that people want to cancel games for every little thing. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think down below in the comment area about Hogwarts Legacy and the High on Life issues that's going on around it. Did you bought these games? Did you play them did you play High on Life for free off a Game Pass? What do you think of it? Did you enjoy the games? Did you know anything about these issues? But let your girl know down below in the comment area. All right. Peace.
Thank you.